Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm CurlyGirlAngelaG, and today we're going to do my eyeshadow palette collection. So if you want to check out the previous videos, there's a playlist linked on the end screen. I've done the other categories, so I am not going to swatch these today. If you want a specific palette swatch, to let me know in the comments and I can post that on my community tab. So grab some coffee, let's settle in and talk about some eyeshadow. So the first palette is the ABH Norvina Collection Pro Pigment Palette number 2. This is what is on my eyes today, and it is a very, very vivid, bright palette. I think this is really pretty. I'm excited to have it. And let me know if you guys want to see a palette bingo with this, because I think this would be a lot of fun to do a palette bingo with. But I used it for the first time today and I really like it. Then we have the ABH Subculture palette. This is a very old palette and it is nice. Some of the shades are easier to work with than others, but I do really enjoy it. Then we have the Alter Ego Luster Charm palette. I really like this one too, especially in the fall. I think this is really pretty. And these shadows are really easy to work with. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette. These are gorgeous shades. I love this palette. Some of them are better than others, but I really like this one. Then we have the Summer in Saint-Tropez palette. This is a pretty bright palette, but I love this one in the summer. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and I really like this one. It's got both mattes and baked formula. The baked formula is better than the matte formula, but I really enjoyed this palette. Then we have the C Color Savannah palette. I think this is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Safari palette, but I have not used this one yet. I just got this one from Kyra. She, of course, is always linked down below at Journey in Beauty, but I'm excited to try this one soon. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. This was a limited edition holiday palette, I'm pretty sure, but this one is gorgeous, and I love how they have 4 different eye looks set up in little trios for you. Then we have the ColourPop Ballad Pressed Powder palette. I'm excited to use this one. It's a cool toned palette, and it looks really pretty. Then we have the ColourPop Garden Variety palette. I love this palette. It's so pretty in the spring, especially for a soft wash of color on the eyes. So I really enjoyed this one. Then we have the ColourPop Wild Nothing palette, and this one's really similar to the other one, but I love this one, especially the corals. Then we have the Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundworks Defining Neutrals palette. This is for eyes, brows, face, and lips. This was gifted to me in PR by Skeebers and Danessa Myricks, but I love this. It's got both powder and cream shadows, and I really, really enjoyed this one. This is the ColourPop Star Wars The Mandalorian, the Child palette, and I absolutely love this one. Then we have the e.l.f. Cream and Sugar palette. I love these little bite-sized palettes. This one is a really pretty neutral with mattes and shimmers. Then we have the Hot Jalapeno palette, which I did use this week in a previous video. The green and yellow look that I had on, that's what I used. And I love this one for green. Then I have the one that's in my Plan to Pan this year. This is the e.l.f. I Love You Latte palette. The deep brown I went ahead and just dumped out because it was shattered and it kept breaking more, and now this one is breaking too, but this one's an easy one to reach for to set up a look if it doesn't have these shades in it, so I use this one a ton. Then we've got some e.l.f. palettes. This is the 18 Hit Wonder palette. I really enjoyed this one. It's got a lot of bright shades. The shimmers and mattes both are gorgeous, and I enjoy this one in the summer for sure. Then we have an oldie but a goodie. This is the new Classics palette. This one to me is very similar to the Persona Identity palette, which I will show you in a little bit, but I really love this one. Then we have the Earth and Ocean palette with blues and greens in it and some yellows and stuff, and I love this one as well. Then we have the Hot Chocolate palette from e.l.f. This one I don't think is available anymore, but I got this in an advent calendar last year, and I really like this palette actually. And we've got some of the little Essence 6-pan palettes. This is the Bronzed This Way one. This one's been on my wish list forever, and Kyra recently decluttered it, so I'm excited to try that one out. We have the Dancing Greens, which I have used a ton. Absolutely love, love, love this one. Then we have the Taupe It Up, which is a gray and taupe, and I love this one too. I missed a little e.l.f. bite size. This one is the Truffles palette, and I really like this one for a good smoky eye. This one I use around the holidays quite a bit because the shimmer is really pretty on the lid. Then we have the Huda Beauty, the Naughty palette, and this one is really pretty. I just got this one from Kyra recently, and I really like this one. We've got the Illamasqua Unveiled Artistry palette. And I really like this one. It's got a row of shimmers and a row of mattes, and they're really good. Then I have the Jason Wu, the Matte Suede palette. This one is all mattes, and I love this one. I reach for this one quite a bit too. It's newer to my collection, but I reach for it a lot, especially if I'm using like a single shadow that is a shimmer or something, or I want an all matte look, or a palette is missing mattes. I love this one. Then we have the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette, and I love this one as well. I did use this one for the coral look that I had on earlier this last week sometime. All right, so this is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I love this one. This has been a favorite for a really long time. I use this a ton around the holidays. The Sigma Enchanted palette, really enjoy this one as well, especially for the pinks and purples in it. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I know a lot of people did not like this palette, but I loved it. We have the Violet Voss Pro Holy Grail palette. I love this one for neutrals. This is so, so pretty. Then we have the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. I love this one in the spring and summer as well. We have the Sephora Pro Pigment palette Editorial 2.0, and this one has, oh, that entire shade just fell out in my lap, but this one has a lot of bright colors in it as well. All right, then we have the KKW Beauty palette, and this one is the Classic Blossom palette. This is a really stunning palette for a soft neutral look. Then we have the MAC palette. This one is the Nude Model, and I did use this one the other day, and this one is really pretty as well. Then we have a holiday palette from Pat McGrath. This one is the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette, and this is so pretty. I haven't used this yet since I got it back, or got this one from Kyra. I used to have this and I decluttered it, and she gave me this one recently. I really like that one. These are two of my favorite palettes. I love these. These are the Tarte palettes. This one is the Glamour palette. This came as a set last year for the holidays, or year before last, and I love that one for cool tones. And then this one for warm tones, and this one is the Gilded. Then we have the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. Used this recently. Very, very, very pretty. We have the Winky Lux Cashmere Kitten palette. Absolutely love this one as well, especially for cool tones. One of my favorite palettes, this is the Wet n Wild Always Naked palette. You can get this on Amazon, and this is such a beautiful, inexpensive nude palette. Then this was the purple look that I had on earlier in the week. This is the Juvia's Place The Violets palette. So gorgeous. I reach for this a lot when I want a purple look. Then two of my favorites. This is the Persona Identity, the original. I have it in the old cardboard packaging. I've hit pan on a couple of shades. Absolutely love this. Would still repurchase this today. And then the Persona Identity 2, which I do like but don't reach for as often. And then the Maybelline Nudes of New York. This is actually a really nice drugstore palette. I actually really enjoy this one, and I'm happy to have it. Almost done, guys. This is the Lawless The Little One palette. This is a beautiful warm-toned palette. And then this one I got in PR from Sephora Collection and Skeepers. This is the Color Shifter Strange Botanicals. What is this called? Oh, there it is. Strange Red Poppy. And this topper shade right here is so stunning. Look at that. That's so pretty. But let me know if you guys want to see it look with any of these palettes, of course. Then I have the Wet n Wild Call Me Sunshine palette. Love these. These are also really good palettes. And this is similar to Naked Honey from Urban Decay. And then this one is the Nude Awakening palette. And I did use this one not too long ago, and I really enjoyed it as well. And then we have the Viseart Paris Edit palette. And this one is missing a shade that broke when Kyra had this one, but I can't wait to try that one out. I have this little 4-pan Lottie London palette that is purple and mauve. So pretty. And last but not least is the Natasha Denona The Peak palette, and this one is so beautiful and right up my alley. So that is all of my eyeshadow palettes. And I do have some singles and stuff. I decided today, I think what I'm going to do is do the single shadows, all of the single eye products like mascaras and primers and liners and stuff, single brow products, and anything else that I may have forgotten, as well as doing my beauty space tour to show you where I film and how it's set up and everything in our extra bedroom. So that will be the very last video, and that will be coming very soon as well. But if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And comment down below. Let me know if there's any palettes you want swatched on the community tab or want me to use in a look soon, because I will be doing a get ready with me coming soon again. And if you guys have a specific palette you'd like to see, I can definitely add that to the list. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload videos. Be sure to check out all of the other videos in this series. It's in the playlist. And follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I do a lot of daily content over there as well. And let me know if you're enjoying my 31 days of lip combo videos that I'm doing on YouTube Shorts. If you haven't checked those out, you can do that. I'm also posting them on my Instagram Reels and my TikTok. And have an absolutely beautiful day wherever you are. Bye!